Hello students, how are you? Myself Mrs. Tanuja Dhiren Yagnik. I welcome you in this second session of the second video of the lesson How Seasons Occur Part 2 Standard 7th. Children, we had taken information about how seasons occur Part 1 in lesson number 1. Now, in this second lesson, part 2, we have already taken information about certain points in video 1. Let's revise what we have studied in the video number 1. In last video, we had taken information about annual apparent south-north movement of the sun, diurnal apparent movement of the sun, that is east-west movement, causes of a apparent movement of the sun, perihelion, aphelion positions of the earth, then occurrence of a seasons and equinox. These points we had already studied in video number 1. In this video, we are going to take information about equinox and seasons in the northern hemisphere. Then, perpendicular sun rays in the region from the equator to Tropic of Cancer and from the equator to Tropic of Capricorn. Longest day and shortest day in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. Daytime and nighttime in the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. Daytime and nighttime in the region from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. Then we are going to see seasons, the cycle of seasons and the living world. These all points step by step we are going to cover in this video. So let's start with the equinox and seasons in the northern hemisphere. In the northern hemisphere, the following conditions related to equinox and seasons prevail. Means these conditions can be seen in the northern hemisphere. First, spring equinox, that is we can observe it on 21st of March. Spring 21st March to 21st June we can see. Then autumnal equinox we can see or we can observe it on 23rd of September. Autumn 23rd September to 22nd December. These are the seasons we can see or we can observe in northern hemisphere. Let's take information about perpendicular sun rays in the region from the equator to Tropic of Cancer and from the equator to Tropic of Capricorn. The sun rays are perpendicular at the equator on 22nd March and 23rd September. After 22nd March, other parallels between the equator and the Tropic of Cancer in the northern hemisphere, and after 23rd September, other parallels between the equator and the Tropic of Capricorn start receiving perpendicular sun rays subsequently. When any one of the poles inclines the most towards the sun, 23°30' parallel of that hemisphere receives perpendicular sun rays. Only on 21st June and 22nd December the sun rays become perpendicular on the Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn respectively. These 2 days are called solstice days. Which 2 days? 21st June and 22nd December. These days are called as the solstice days. Sun rays are never perpendicular on any of the parallels between the Tropic of Cancer and the North Pole or between the Tropic of Capricorn and the South Pole. Let's take information about longest day and shortest day in the northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere. 21st June is the longest day in the northern hemisphere and the same is the shortest day in the southern hemisphere. 22nd December is the longest day, or we can also call it as the shortest night in the southern hemisphere. The same is the shortest day and longest night in the northern hemisphere. Daytime and nighttime in the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole. In the region from the Arctic Circle to the North Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours or longer. At the North Pole, the sun is visible in the sky from 22nd March to 23rd of September. Daytime and nighttime in the region from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole. In the region from the Antarctic Circle to the South Pole, the sun remains visible for 24 hours. At the South Pole, the sun is visible in the sky from 23rd September to 21st March. Children, let's take information about seasons. Seasons have been decided on the basis of duration of the sunlight, equinoxes, and solstices. The equatorial region does not experience any change of season. Hence, the climate in that region does not change at all in the year. In the places beyond the equatorial region, in either hemispheres, summers or winters are experienced one after the other within a year. The occurrence of a seasons one after the other in a year leads to the cycle of seasons. Generally, there are two seasons, summer and winter on the earth. However, in some places, seasons are taken to be four in all. The change in the atmosphere, vapor in the air, the wind, and the precipitation also influence the seasons. Continuous occurrence of rain in a specific period give rise to an additional seasons besides summer and winter. Due to the local conditions, seasons other than summer and winter are seen to occur in different parts. This is all about the seasons. Let's take information about the cycle of season and the living world. If the earth axis were not tilted, the seasons would not have occurred. It is the tilt of the axis that leads to occurrence of seasons, change and diversity on the earth. The cycle of seasons leads to biodiversity on the earth. For example, in the region between 66 degree 30 minutes and 90 degree in both the hemisphere, even the mild sunlight available for a part of the year give rise to certain flora and fauna, animal life and plant life, flora and fauna. In the Antarctic region, birds like penguins, fish like seal, and animals like walrus are found. In the polar region of the northern hemisphere, animals like reindeer, polar bear, Arctic foxes, etc. can be seen. People in a various region on the earth adapts to the natural conditions according to the cycle of seasons. We are also trying to adapt according to the season. Like in winter we wear sweaters, shawls, woolen clothes, and in summer season we try to use the cotton clothes. This is called as the adaptation according to the season. During extreme cold climate conditions, when the food supply becomes scarce, a number of birds and animals migrate temporarily. Trees bear fruit in a particular season. Therefore, the agricultural seasons also depend on the local climatic condition. In a particular season, we can see that some particular fruits can be seen in particular season itself. It shows that the local climate is affecting on the agriculture also. This is all about how season occurs. Okay, after this, I am going to give you the assignment which you are going to write in your classwork notebook. Till that time, bye bye. Take care. Stay home. Stay happy.